welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live at the Ugly Christmas Sweater Party hosted by Marshall Law and his band. Shout out to Marshall. It is your boy Kelnati.
Boy Miss Def Henny 100K.
We got a first special guest tonight.
Special guest.
WranQ Ramone, how y'all doing? Pioneer Square Zone. Shout out to 206, born and raised, First Avenue, 201. What's good?
Hey, you know
Let's go
what's going
represent
on.
live locals.
Yeah, we at the Christmas party right now. Ugly sweaters. I mean, I don't know if we all have ugly sweaters on right now.
We here to look good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's trying to look good.
Dipper dapper.
Yes, we have here, good night tonight. We're gonna have a bunch of artists coming through, a bunch of different creators, everybody coming together, having a good time. Just in good spirit, good space, you feel me? So, man, the boy Rank pulled up first, so hey, we talking to Rank.
I had to.
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You know, December's a crazy month, I think, for Seattle, especially with all the great shows we got going on. Kicking off December, we have this sweater party. What do we got next? We got Macintosh.
Macintosh. Mental
health concert.
Oh, we got a big one after that. The 20th, Donnie Duce, R.I.P. to the homie Donnie Duce. You know, I remember him from when we did the headliner show in Spokane.
Oh, that's what's up.
It was the first time I met him, and Karma, it was Karma's headline show.
Shout out
Karma, that's the brother, bro. And Donnie Duce pulled up. We were all having a great time in the back, celebrating, just R.I.P. to the homie, and we're gonna really kick it off for him on the 20th.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So what's Spokane like? You see you're doing shows and shit up there?
Oh yeah, I'm born and raised in Seattle, Pioneer Square. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm the Pioneer Square man, but I did go to high school in Spokane. So when I started doing music, I really created like a really strong fan base over there.
Okay.
And I have a big connection with Spokane, especially Django. You know what I'm saying? That's the big homie. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy.
We've been doing our thing for a minute, and we got some huge things for 2020. Huge,
what's up, man?
Huge.
It's a whole fucking decade, bro. So it's pretty big. Have you been thinking about it a lot? Like, do you have like the not the whole year lined up, obviously, but you got your first couple moves, like.
I don't even think it's about lined up as much as we've been waiting for 2020 for about 2 years now.
Okay. Shit.
And that's on God. Like that's to everything in any industry. You know, technology. Seattle, especially from the businesses we're bringing in, and
It's true.
I think number one, we're gonna be starting looking the better way, maybe a little bit of a healthier way, maybe getting some people some benefits, especially in Pioneer Square, and getting some help. Getting some help out there. But other than that, musically, 2020 is gonna be WranQ Ramone's year. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out as strong as any of those new artists. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching Travis come out. I remember watching Paris come out. And it's like a rocket. You know, that's how I'm coming out for sure.
The energy's real high in the town, man. I feel like everybody's very fucking hungry, and everybody has their own, plan of attack. And I feel like, man, if you hit the ground running, you're gonna go.
Absolutely. And it's all about preparation and being smart with where you go. I think as much as we've been working with the process, you get closer and closer and closer with so much into the budget and everything, and then you start hearing people like, yo, we need this, but that's where you gotta have that patience and be like, we've been working this hard, you don't rush nothing.
Patience is a virtue, man. It's something that you really gotta have in order to do this shit, because there's gonna be a lot of nights where you're gonna wonder if this shit really working out or not. But you got to have some faith in yourself, you know what I mean? Have a faith in what you're doing, dog, and the people you keep around.
And when you get to that point, you know more than anybody else when you're ready.
Absolutely.
You know when you're the music.
Ain't nobody can tell you either.
Yeah.
You know in your heart. That's right. And then you just put it out there for the people, bro.
And people will notice that. They'll see that when you perform the way you put yourself out in the music, they can feel that.
Performance is huge. I think that's like a huge key to where a lot of these artists can lose their way. They have amazing music, they have amazing content, they have the whole package. And then you go to the stage, this is where you represent it live. This is where you're giving the people the real thing. And I think there's some artists that I've definitely seen where I'm like, wow, this is not what I expected. And another thing is there's artists that I've seen only live, and I'm an immediate fan.
Absolutely.
Because I know that when they brought it live, they're gonna bring it in their project.
That's a serious make it or break it though, because you can love an artist and then you go to that show, and it's not to say that you're gonna hate the artist after that, but if the music is just so amazing and it hits you, and then you go to that show and it's not connecting with you,
it's like you wasted your ticket.
everything. And then it also looks to the artist is like, man, I really thought that this was
smoke screen. Like, you know,
it
you're
really
like,
is smoke and mirrors, bro. It really is. So it can make it or break it. It can even make somebody more of a fan. Like, wow, I really fuck with this person. Like, they are everything that I thought they were when I heard the music, and now I fuck.
They did 3 encores for no reason.
Dead ass serious. How long you been rapping? How long you been doing your thing though with music though? As far as like serious, I should say actually.
I mean, I guess I just started like freshman year of high school.
Okay.
Connected with a bunch of people. Like, I had this homie that he like DJ, did his like little stuff, and we were like, we just threw this date out there. We were like, yo, we're gonna do this show on your birthday. Which was like the end of like sophomore year or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. I couldn't get a show in town. You know, nobody knew who I was. I'm just this kid in high school, you know, like seriously. Even deeper, because Instagram wasn't that big back then.
It wasn't.
Like, so I just called the venue, and as the fan, I was like, yo, like, I'm trying to perform. And homie's like, all right, you ready to go for Thursday? And I'm like,
you were kind of taking it back, like, oh.
Yeah. So I can't remember who the show was, but shit, I opened up, and then, man, it was crazy the response though that I got, because I think to other people they were like, wow, you're actually doing it.
Yeah. Do you think that raised your confidence and like gave you a whole new outlook when you had that?
1,000. Because that was like, it didn't even matter. Like, actually, it mattered huge that these were people that I've been friends with for so long, but to see how many, you know, I
come out for you.
You know, come out for me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they leave to go to a party, but it's like, that was so special for me to be like, okay, like, this is real. And I think another thing when I came back to Seattle, and I think Seattle is important for this reason, when I came back to Seattle and I started looking at certain artists, I was meeting these people, and just watching from the outside, not trying to get involved yet because I still knew I had a lot to learn.
That's smart.
And so when I pulled back and I would see people, again, you know, throwing trap out there, but sold out Numos.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
But the thing to me that was different is, over there, it's like you open up, or in a few different locations, you open up for somebody, you're the man. You're like, oh, you open up for Lil Wayne, that's tight. You open up for Blood, that's tight.
That's an achievement.
But you know what's crazier is when a dude sells out a house with his own name on the top, and to see somebody like, you know, the cats we have around town just doing their thing. That was amazing.
It is very amazing.
That was truly amazing.
I feel like people can't discredit that too, man. When you were able to do that, people are coming out hard copies and coming up to your show. I mean, I was watching the fucking Russ interviews, and he stressed that a lot too.
Huge.
Also, it's like, you can't fake hard tickets. People came out to see my shit.
What did he say? He said something like, "I'm the only artist that can go to his city and sell 20,000 tickets with just my name."
Staple,
just
bro.
my name.
That is actually fucking crazy if you really think
That's
about it.
a lot of tickets.
Sell out Staples to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And not only that, the audience knows the music.
Singing the shit.
Yeah. He had a video come up of the song he dropped 5 days prior. He was like in Jordan or somewhere. And they all knew the words.
That's crazy. See,
Shit just came out.
Like if you can go, okay, let's think about this hypothetically. If you can go to any just random country, and let's just say this random country fuck with you heavy. What country like would you want to go to? Like it's hypothetically if they fuck with you, like, oh yeah, I'm about to take a trip out to blah blah blah. Like,
so I have a couple answers to this. Number one, my biggest excitement is once I start moving towards Europe, because I'm Italian. I have like a lot of real Italian in my blood, and I actually lived in Italy for a year. So
that's really dope, actually.
So Italy is a special place in my heart where I can't wait to go back, because I feel like that's almost like a family. Like,
is there a hip hop scene out there?
There is.
I don't want to be ignorant,
but I have no idea. I truly have no idea. Out there, when I was in Italy, I was listening to metal, Motorhead. Like, and you got to think about it. In Italy, the biggest things that would come through town would be in Milan, because Milan is like the head city, and like, so for example, it would have like one huge show every 4 months, and usually that was a big metal band like Motorhead, or so that's kind of where.
Is there black people over there?
Yeah, but you know,
the voice kind of went up a little bit.
You know, like there's black people, but
do you feel like any multi-ethnic kind of shit, or is it just like home Italian?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Cool.
There's definitely.
So I'm cool as a black man going to Italy. I can go there and
definitely
enjoy
tons of
shit.
Absolutely. No, not racist at all. No, it's nothing.
You gotta think about that shit when you travel in black on everything I love, bro. Real talk. It's real shit. But anyways, that's really dope though. You got talent.
But then going to a place I've never been to would probably be like Sweden or something. You know, or
Sweden got a bad rap for hip hop right now.
Right now.
But I hear you on that.
But there's a reason why he's going back.
That is true.
There's a reason why
they're
he's
selling
going
that
back.
shit out. The people are fucking with the music.
People.
It might just
It's
be
all
the
about
city might just be looking at it.
It's all about the people. You know what I'm saying?
Because if there's they're still coming out.
I mean, when when authority and shit be getting in, shit be getting out of hand and shit, we be blaming, that city for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of fucked up.
That's some bullshit.
It is.
But when we look at like little cities like that are not even little, but like they love music.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
I guess as the artist though, it's hard to think like that when them motherfuckers are putting you in jail. Fuck this place. You know what I mean? But anyways though, that's dope, man. Sweden, Europe, want to do all that. I definitely. Do you ever watch like videos online to like other people performing? Like I don't know. I used to watch videos when A$AP Rocky first came into the game. 2012. His fucking shows were lit. So I used to study his shows to figure out how he worked, like especially songs where he was rapping fast. How did you recover from that? How did you deal with the crowd during that time? Because it's a true fucking art form. Because when you do run under rap or you do fuck up, there are things that you can do, and there are shit that he was doing, like pretty much stopping, taking his shirt off, and people don't even know that, like, oh, I forgot my words. I'm just doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I study shit like that. So do you ever do things like that?
Well, this is a funny thing, but I really study. I'll watch full performances because I study how people enter the stage. That's one of the, as much as I'll study, how are they performing, how are they lyrically, do they have the song in the background, how are they performing, how is their crowd,
DJ and shit.
how's the DJ speaking, how's the crowd responding. The biggest thing for me was, how does somebody enter? Because I feel like that is one of the most important things. When you like, I don't know, for me watching, like metal shows are huge,
Man, I've never ever seen any footage or anything from a metal show. I have seen the shit that they have on like documentaries when they're doing bands and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what it's like to get a metal show. That kind of explains
So Slipknot, one of I love them just from the creativity, everything they've done with the brand. They knew who they wanted to be before they even started to get into the industry stuff and now how to act. So it was all, they knew how to give their audience what they wanted.
Do you think the mask helped them though? With the nervousness, because then see your face.
With nervousness?
Because think about it. If people can read your emotions, you got a mask on.
I mean, I guess I don't know how they would feel. That's a whole different.
I want to look that shit up.
I think they were just special with the mask. They just didn't do it corny. They really just did it to be like,
it was authentic.
F you guys. I don't know if you guys can swear. F you guys. But,
you can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. But no, just like for example, their start of a show, they have the tarp, and then they always have their like sample playing in the back, and then when it drops, and you're like, ooh, it just
like that.
The tarp drops, and everybody, it's just
go crazy.
Who's another good like hip hop artist that has great
Travis Scott, man.
Travis Scott. I've seen him before. He's amazing live.
Yeah.
Kendrick is amazing. Drake is amazing live. But even down to a lower end part, Boogie, West Side Boogie, not A Boogie.
Like West Side Boogie, Eminem's artist. Yeah. So his live performance is hard. You just looked it up randomly one day? Or?
No, I saw him. I saw him open up, and that's a big artist for me because like I love him and ever since he started doing he was so real about what being from Compton, and it wasn't
go back and listen to
it wasn't all about the gang. He talks about the love life and all that. Yeah. But he's hard. You know what I'm saying? Mozzie.
Is it down like a Kendrick lane as far as storytelling type of shit? Not your style, but like
but a little more melodic. But yeah, definitely when you go back to that question of do I study the performances? That's my biggest thing is studying.
You put yourself back on the game, and you gotta constantly put yourself, educate yourself and become greater, man. So is there anything you want to let your fans know that you got coming up that they should look forward to, man, and give us the social media apps and all that shit?
I'll give you all that. So again, WranQ Ramone, I'm from Pioneer Square. We're about to take back over Seattle, the city. That's right, the city.
I got a random question, bro.
Yeah.
How does a nigga grow up in downtown?
How does
I don't people live in downtown?
I like that question. I want to ask. That's a good question to ask.
Say that shit again. How do you live downtown?
How do you grow up in downtown? I never heard people grow up in downtown.
This is the most. This is the most real thing I can give to the people right now. Is growing up downtown is a ghetto in itself. It's downtown Seattle. It's not about the gangs or the shootings. It's more about mental health, drug problems, and a lot more stuff going on. So me growing up downtown, I was growing up with a lot of adults. I didn't have a lot of friends that, I had like one or two homies that are still A1, day one homies. But my best friends and the people that I stood around, growing up in a bar especially, were like 40-year-olds and people that were just sticking this information in my head like, yo, this is how my life is. You're talented, you know what to do, but you need to stay on this right mindset. So, growing up in downtown, number one, Third and Pine. Shout out Third and Pine, McDonald's, all that. That's one of the craziest streets.
Wow. And I know what he's talking about then. Damn.
Yo, and shout out Lil Mosey doing his thing, homeboy, killing it, doing his thing. But
and shit.
when he was doing his, what was it? It was like a Genius interview or something. And they asked him a question about Seattle, and in the background they threw up an image. And that image is huge for Seattle, and I don't think anybody would ever recognize it. But the image they showed was Third and Pine.
Wow.
And real Seattle people will know Third and Pine is crazy. It is the craziest block in Seattle.
It actually is. It's so distinct.
It's so out there. So that, like, to answer your question about downtown, it's just like growing up around a lot of older people, growing up around a lot of addiction, growing up around a lot of mental health problems.
But a little bit too. Trying
to keep yourself balanced within that because anxiety is high. I've had so many anxiety problems. Just that's what it is.
It's real talk.
Yeah. But I love it forever, and that's my city. Pioneer Square. Shout out. But again, my name is WranQ Ramone from Pioneer Square. I got a huge project coming out in 2020. I'm telling you, 2020 is gonna be the year. We're selling out dates.
You got a title for the project?
Hip Hop Seattle exclusive.
It's gonna be called probably Therapy.
Therapy. That's what we're going for right now.
Therapy.
And that's a Seattle hashtag because we deal with therapy every day. We gotta fix ourselves every day.
You're putting that shit on everything, all platforms, like Spotify, all that shit.
I'm already look me up on Google, WranQ Ramone. You know what I'm saying?
WranQ Ramone, man, look 'em up.
I already got that stuff all out there. But no, this is the real Seattle drop. This is really gonna take over. And again, shout out, peace and love to all the artists that are killing it in Seattle. I have no beef with nobody. I think everybody's on the right path. Everybody's giving enough attention to everybody and making sure that everybody can eat, and I think that's healthy. Again, we don't deal with no fakes out here, and that's on God.
Shit, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming through, bro. We got WranQ Ramone on the program, man. Tap in with Hip Hop Seattle. Shout out to Marshall here. We got the fucking ugly sweater party.
Ugly sweaters.
Our shit ain't ugly though.
It's cracking in there right now.
It's cracking. We about to get back to the party, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Tap in with us.
We out.